Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? I hope you all are doing well. We are going to be playing some Space Engineers today. Sorry about not getting to, not getting to the streams earlier in the week. For those who would be watching on the Twitch channel side of things, you will notice that we are on the YouTube side only today. That's because Twitch isn't letting me log in for some reason today. So that's nice. Hopefully that'll be fixed soon. But yeah, as things stand right now, I am unable to access Twitch. So as things stand, we'll be continuing how we are, and hopefully everything will work relatively alright in the future. But yeah, as things stand right now, I am unable to log into Twitch. So that's fun. Let me just double check something real quick. Am I well audible? Okay, I am audible. Alright. Good. I am well audible. Very good. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Yeah. YouTube only today. Right, we were building the ship in creative. Trying to think what I want to actually do today. I think what we'll do is, I think I'm going to load in. Yeah, I think I've really oversized everything that I've built so far. So I'm going to go back into the survival world. Let me just quickly return over here. Let me just make sure everything is right. S is the survival version of the world, I do believe. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Everyone gets a nice Space Engineers exclusive on the YouTube side. Hopefully I can get the Twitch thing set up reasonably quickly. Right, I also need to do... I just had a thought, so while this loads, I'm going to quickly take care of that. Oh, of course you're going to do that. Fine. Okay. I forgot to do something real quick, so let me just do that real quick. Is it... I will... yeah, I just need to do one thing real quick. I almost forgot about doing something. Was it? Yeah, I think this is right. Yeah, that's definitely not right, so it's this. All right. There we go. That should be... All right, now we can get back to it. Sorry, I forgot about doing one thing real quick to hope that I needed to get done to hopefully have access to the YouTube side of things again. All right, so... Right. I forgot about this being here. This... Okay, this is the newer version. Do I want to work on this ship again? I don't know. Let's see. If I work on this ship, right, this is a big cargo vessel, but not really anything I'm doing currently warrants a cargo vessel. Do I continue? I'm also nearly out of hydrogen. I really have to decide on whether this is worthwhile to build right now. Why is the... Oh boy. Why is it so laggy? Okay, that side's just the most laggy. Okay. I don't know. I gotta make a decision right now, and I really don't like that it's trying to make decisions. Alright. Hydrogen tank. Hydrogen 10. Alright. Okay. So, here's the thing. What are all the signals again? I don't remember. Let's see. I don't know about this design. This sort of structure beneath it. I don't mind the idea, but I don't know if I'm pleased with this design right now. Let's see. What do I want to do? You know what? I think what I'm going to do, because I think this will make this work better. Maybe. No, I don't know. See, having this many entrances and exits to the ship doesn't make a lot of sense. Where is it? Here it is. I'll just do this for now. Like, if I go up here... I don't know about this. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Having these, airlocks, like all the airlocks over here, I think is a kind of cool way to handle things. Let's see. Let's see. If these are in the middle, this is gonna stick out another how many blocks? I do believe that there's about a 1 block gap between the edge of this and this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'd be 5 small blocks. So at the very least, anything that I put for engines has to be from this height. So if I, let's say, want to put any sort of hydrogens, for instance, I would have to do something like, probably like this. Is to get hydrogens, and I don't even know how many hydrogens this thing needs to lift off, which will be yeah, I think what I'll do is I think I'm gonna make a duplicate of the world, and then in creative weld everything up. That way I can procedurally finish some of this. No, I want to work purely in survival. I just wish I remembered how much each of these produced. Because I don't remember, and I don't want way too many, and I also don't want not nearly enough. I do know that that'll do at least something for the amount of thrust. And then probably what I'd want is I'd probably go one here. Because I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go one in between each of these. And then I think I might run, what are they called? Yeah, I think what I'm going to probably do is I'm going to run hydrogen tanks on these. So I don't know if I can run hydrogen tanks from one of these all the way to the other side, but I can at least run the large hydrogens through most of this, and then being able to add some other hydrogens as well. Where are my tanks? I don't remember where hydrogen tanks are located. Which one of these? Oh, it's 7. 7. Okay. Do I want the lab versus the standard hydrogen? I think I'm going to take the lab hydrogen. I do believe that that is right. And then I think what I'll do is I'll run maybe 3 hydrogen tanks per. Then we'll do 1 forward, 1 back, 3 per dual thruster unit. And we'll just see how that works. Because the main thing will be that most of this will be fairly light. It won't be, you know, too light, I hope. But it hopefully will be light-ish. So, I don't know. I just hope this looks good because I really don't want things to go very poorly. Yeah. Yeah. As things stand right now, we are at a YouTube-only stream. I hope that that's not going to be a very common occurrence. Though I might do specific platform streams later on down the line. But I think for now we'll try to not do too many of these. Alright. I did just think of one thing that I could possibly do, which would be kind of cool to do, which would be designing like drop pods. So yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. Although I did just realize, oh right, this is built on top of I just remembered this is built on top of merge blocks so that these will in fact count as part of the ship and will be taken into consideration when dampeners are in effect. Because otherwise, everything below me would not be considered during dampeners, which would suck. Okay, yeah. Really, I don't know about this ship. I think what I might do is I think I'm going to how do I want to handle this? Because this is a very large space that I want mostly to only be visible from the outside. So there's going to be this level is going to be bottom. This level will be kind of interior floor. So now that I realize it, I'm going to have to remove these. So then I can add in, where are the connectors? Good, connector, boom. And then of course, same thing over here. And this will give connection access to whatever storage this specific section has. Yeah, and then what will I like do? What will I do? I do not know. I do not know. I just had an idea. I do want to use half blocks as well, and so I think I've come up with a way I can make good use out of both using the floor blocks. Okay, so it's got that or nothing. Okay. And the floors, more or less. Okay, are those... Okay, so there's the center, slab, and that's it. So I either have a slab or I have the center. Okay. And so what I can do is I can run... do we have... Well, there's two sides with white, but there's not two sides with the gray top. So if I was to use the gray top, I'd want to use this side only, and I'd probably want to have gray top be the bottom. So that's what I do, and I think I am going to use gray top to run the entire... We'll make sure that these all have white faces. So we'll go this way with the gray top. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these to line the entire 3-block section down the entire middle. This is, of course, going to be only one layer of the floor. What we're then going to do is run piping to the rest of the ship. From here, I require more interior plates. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be back to our regular scheduled streams next week. Unfortunately, this week just so happened to be that I had done something to sign myself out of Twitch, and now Twitch won't let me log back in, and the only helpful advice that I've received is use a different browser. So that's nice of Twitch. Their advice, if you get yourself locked out of your own, if it won't let you log back in for stupid reasons, is have you tried using something else? God, I hate Twitch sometimes. But hey, Twitch does allow me to, it does allow me to continue to play games without any issues, so hey, I guess it's not all bad. Not all bad, I suppose. Alright, that should be plenty for now. Alright. So good, that's white, and that's the black side. Good, or darker colored side. Because one of the things that I think I'm going to end up doing is I think I'm going to end up using other components to kind of bump up this floor. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to provide this bottom layer to be 3 blocks thick, so that the entirety of this will be about 3 blocks thick, with areas sticking up and below to provide some texture to what would otherwise be a pretty much flat surface. Because the other thing that I'm going to do is probably make some extending landing legs, because this sits a significant amount off the, excuse me. Yeah, this sits a significant amount off of the ground, so we will make sure to add in landing legs so that this hopefully will be able to land not just on the bottom piece. Although that wouldn't be horrible. I would have to do some other stuff first, which would be not so fun. The other thing I do have to keep in mind is how you get in and out of this vessel. So, of course, we have all of the internal space as well, which is great. I did just have a thought, which I think would be kind of cool, which would be to kind of create sort of a crane system to load into this very bottom layer. Ooh, that would be actually kind of cool. So we're just gonna kind of continue the stripe. So we'll just kind of continue this double wide stripe. Yeah, I think this will do good. Just kind of continuing a double wide stripe, maybe even coating the entire external face with, as things are now. I think that should do me well. Oh, dropped a piece, that's fine. Yeah, this is going to be a very large craft by the end of this, so we are going to require a lot of thrust. But I think what I'm going to do is I think we're going to have a sort of dual wide hangar section. So like a double high hangar. And I did just realize if I do add a hangar, I'm going to have to use a merge block piston hangar because otherwise no hangars would work. Oh well, we are going to make this the most complicated ship I've ever made. Because why not? Because one of the things that I thought about doing would be, on the inside, what we could do is we could have almost a, a system for moving cargo inside the ship. Since the idea is that this is a cargo ship, what we could do is in front of, or, you know, to the sides of this, having like cargo arms that could pull cargo crates inside the ship as well. Or at least pull them upward, maybe even in between these, although that would be too close for how they're designed right now. But in theory, if I removed the inner pieces of these, I could, in theory, run parts there and have cargo containers pulled in here and down here, creating the entire bottom of this ship being that, though that would require me to make it even wider and even taller. Honestly, I like that idea. This is never going to be used for combat, mind you. The entire goal of this is entirely just to be kind of a just big blob. But I'm going to have to do some work if I decide to add that, because now I don't actually know where these stand. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So wait, 1. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these would be 7 apart. So I'd have to probably go either out 3 blocks and then come in, or I'd have to go down and then back this way to pick them up. Although I did just think if I do rotation, I could get it to pick up and then rotate into place. And then sort of have these sort of stick out, grab, and then pull in. That way we have our cargo containers up at this level with the hydrogen tanks. And then we have, you know, of course, the cargo containers at ground level, doubling the amount of cargo. You know what? I think I'm going to go into a creative world, remove these, try my best to position cargo so that everything fits, and see just what kind of thrust I require to even lift that, because I'm going to need probably double the amount of thrust as is needed just to lift what I've already placed for the entire rest of this. Which would also require me to really redesign everything, and it would just require a lot. Although I do like the idea of just having like this massive ship just pick up and store cargo containers. I think that'd be kind of cool to just pick up, store a cargo container, and then go over to your next location, pick up and store a cargo container. The other bit is I can actually add in potentially a, well, actually, no. I could do one large cargo container, but then I don't have any detailing on these, so I'd have to use a medium cargo and 2 spacers for those locations if I wanted. Either way, I think I am going to save as. We are going to call this C2. Okay. Save it. Yes. And then we're going to save as S again. Okay. And then we are going to, of course, click save. Yes. And then if I exit to main menu, yes. That should be exactly what is needed. Because I think it's going to be kind of interesting to see if I just go load game. Because I've now got an idea. And now I really want to run a couple of tests and just see how it works. Because it'll be very interesting. So we want S2, load S2. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting now, because I had not intended to play for very long, but as I continue to increase the size of this, and the fact that this is going to primarily be a ship with minimal point defense, so like it'd be able to defend itself, but it's not intended to be a warship, I think it'll work pretty well. Especially because, yeah, with the cargo, what this would be intended for would be to haul cargo from a ground base into space for the construction of larger space vessels and more, this would be the cargo vessel moving things from ground to space, which actually does mean that the cargo connections in space would require a lot of work now that I think about it. But yeah. Oh, hey. Yeah. How you doing, Naresh? Yeah. No Wednesday stream, nor was there a Tuesday stream. We get the random, Thursday stream. Mostly because, if you notice, I'm not currently streaming on Twitch. That's because I accidentally logged out of Twitch, and now Twitch won't let me log back in. Well, that's interesting. I didn't even know YouTube had, like, an XP thing. That's what I'm... Yeah, what the heck is that? Okay, I am going to quickly remove these. Yeah, I really don't know. But yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting. I have no idea what YouTube has done for their thing. I wonder what the XP thing is. Very interesting. But yeah, Twitch, I accidentally logged myself out of Twitch, and then Twitch doesn't want to let me back in. So, I had hoped that I'd get it fixed on Tuesday, but that didn't work. And so I had hoped that I would get fixed. Yeah. Yeah, and now I just can't log back into Twitch for some reason. So we get to enjoy a nice unknown stream early today. That is the right position? Yes. Alright. So now we're just going to add these. I forgot to move this into creative. My bad. I figured I went to go do like a creative world and forgot to even put it in creative. That's fine, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Twitch is giving me a hard time, so we get to do a only YouTube stream. Which kind of irritates me, but no well. And actually, what I can do is I can come over here. Oh, let's see. And it's a nice Friday. Class in 3 hours time. It's already 4th of July, and Blue Archive finally released on Steam. Really the best freedom for the gun-wielding lolly angel game. Alright then. Yeah. Yeah, the 4th of July I'm definitely looking forward to. Can't wait for that. I get to have a massive water balloon fight with the rest of my family, which will be very, very fun. And then we get to have enjoyable time with fireworks. So, yay. I think I have massively extended the size that this is going to be by doing this, and I just want to see just what this takes to lift off. And now I need to go move back into creative. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Today's definitely fun, because, yeah, Twitch has decided not to let me log back in, and their only advice is clear cookies. If that doesn't work, try going to an incognito browser. If that doesn't work, try a different browser. And then if that doesn't work, maybe we need to do something. Wait, no. What did I do? Oh. I don't want that. I want this. So yeah, that's nice. Which also means that yes, you too can be a Blue Archive Sensei, and of course, Zuma came to Steam. Before that, you can also be an idol producer and racehorse trainer. How lovely. Alright then. Alright, and on to creative. Wow, that is... Alright. Come on, load up everything, please. Yeah. Tomorrow will be a fun day. I do unfortunately have to work, but it'll be an interesting thing since I work in a retail store to see whether tomorrow's going to be really big. With those two alongside, I don't know if I'd want to make it big with those sorts of games. I mean, they'd be okay starting off points, but yeah. I don't know if those sorts of games would be the kind of games that I'd want to prioritize. Although, I suppose, yeah. Had their CN stream and big updates have arrived and are coming. Oh, nice. Whenever I get Twitch working back, I can, react to those on the stream, which will be fun. Although, I do have to say, I think that, music video thing that you showed me, last stream, I think ended up getting, copyright, so I think something had, like, a visual and audio copyright, which was fun. I'm not surprised, although it is kind of annoying. Which one? I don't remember exactly which thing, but something from the last stream had copyright. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, let's enjoy the fact that I get to fix some random stuff here. Okay, you... Symbol laser multi-tools. On, activate. They're on weld, good. Yeah, I don't quite remember exactly which thing it was, but... Something got YouTube's copyright system to yell at me. Wait a second. Oh, that's not great. Let me get rid of... Wait, why am I doing that? I just have that. I should have done that in the first place. If I had to guess, most likely was rerun CNC due to CNC music, and I don't remember. I think it was the Awaken music. That like the band that was inside of the game. I think it was that. I think that might have been what it was. If I remember correctly, I believe it was that. Alright, so I'm just gonna kind of let that weld everything up. And then I get to have fun, going over here, finding, I'm gonna try to find a mine. A good miner or other... is there any sort of tug? I don't know. I'll just use a miner. I think the mole miner should do fine for... Ooh. We'll use this atmospheric miner. Hopefully it doesn't crash. And does just start good. And then I am going to... well, we're going to do this. Get to remove you. Add things to the front. Do number 9. Add a thing for tug. And, well... yeah, this'll be fun. Let's just get rid of all the loose. Alright. And then go over here, do F10. Gotta go. And modular, cargo. Do we have a flat surface to shove this on? We do in fact have a flat surface to shove this on. Goody. Hopefully this thing can lift it. But if not, I'm using creative, so it should be sufficient. The main thing is just to have this work as a tug. Let's see. Where is the large magnetic plate? Switch walk. Good. Alright. But yeah. I think it was that, Alive Until Sunrise, I think it was. I think that might have been the song. I know it was one of the songs, I just don't remember which one it was. Oh. What? Really? Oh, good. This does in fact fly. I was afraid this wasn't going to. I'm half tempted to make like 5 different colors of these cargo containers just to make this look even better, but for now, the ones that I do have are good enough. I just need to somehow align all of the cargo containers. Perfect. This got it on both sides. No! Shoot. That was stupid of me. Good news is, it looks to be fine. So I just need to remember, do not let go of it until I get over there and lock these in place. Because that's stupid of me to do. Yeah, because I think the other music video was the other thing that had done it. So I think the songs themselves don't get the copyright, but I think it's when it gets the music video songs. I think those are what causes copyright fun. Alright, so I'm going to come over here. Control panel. And then we want to lock. Perfect. And then if I go over here, Control V. Balanced. Alright, and then yeah, what I gotta do is I'm gonna load this up and then see how these look with all of these in place. And whether or not it looks ugly or not, and then how much it needs to lift. Because honestly, this is going to be a lot of frickin' cargo. And I don't honestly know if anything can lift this much cargo, and or what I could use all this cargo for anyway. Because it's... well, I guess I'm in an odd angle now. That makes this fun. Okay, well, this is gonna be a fun thing to try to get to attach. Ah, fuck. Okay, delete that one. And now I've got to re-add all those engines, which really suck. Delete that. Re-add the engines. Alright, you you. Yeah, I don't actually remember exactly what it was because I just kind of told YouTube to mute whatever it was. And then didn't pay much attention to it because that's kind of how I deal with whenever a copyright thing yells at me. It's like, oh, there's copyright. Fine, I guess I made a mistake. Time to remove it. It works pretty well for the most part. All right, let's not do that poorly this time. Let's do that relatively flat and relatively well. All right. Good. Alrighty. No, no. Stop rotating. I do really bad when it rotates. I want to keep mostly a flat level. Do not rotate. Just go forward. Okay. Because, yeah, I want to get all of these to have their cargo. That way I can get a rough estimate on how many thrusters I need and whether or not this even is a reasonable amount to add for these. Because honestly, this looks ridiculous. And there's a really high chance it's not. Alright, let's lock. Okay. Excuse me. Oh boy. Alright. Yeah. Oy. That's always fun. Where's gonna be a good... Because can I get this to balance reasonably well on that? No. Go away. I don't really want that to be flying around. Yeah. I think the free run stuff, I think, didn't have any sort of issues. But right, that's what that is. Free run. Yeah. Alright, so we've almost got, considering how many I've put on here now, 3 of these? Well, bother. I have done many a dumb things with these. Although I do like these modular cargos, so... Alright. Now I get to experience the wonders of adulting. Oh, the wonders of adulting, I guess. Oy. Alright, let's get over there. Alright, come on. Once this gets into place, the next couple should be a lot easier. Shh. Try not to break anything. Goody. Alright. Lock. And unlock. And go for the next one. Alright. Which we can now just place here. Control V. Alright. Alrighty. Get you. Pick you up. V. And then I want to fly in a pretty much straight line. Do not move the mouse. As this should be relatively straight. No. Down, down. Good enough. All right. And then we just come over to this one, and we say lock. And then we do that again. I'll just control V on top of this one. No, 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 no. Control delete. V. Good. V. Up you go. All right. 4. V. All right. We're going to just try to get all of one side, then get the other. Please do not cause me any issues. Rotate, please. Why? Oh, these need to go back, and I need to go further up. Perfect. Goody. Alrighty, and then we just pull V. And do the same thing, just V. And then we just kind of come along here, up, across, and back down. This wouldn't be how these would be latched later. I think the way that I'm going to have these latched later would be using a 2x2 system, so perfect. For some reason, this is working very well. Lock. How many of these cargo containers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14 total? Wait, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's 8. So there's 16 of these things total. Because why not, I guess. Just, 16 cargo containers that hold quite a lot. I'd have to do the calculations again, but if I am not mistaken, please up. Oh God, please do not fuck this up for me. All right. Oh, we broke it. Am I too high? No, I am right height again. Perfect. Okay. Oh Lord, there are how many of these again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 per, so 8 times 8 times 2 times 15 the 15,000 liters. Shit. F10. I made mistake. Wait, I can just do this. Cargo. Find. Nope, that's the hydrogen version. I want the standard version of cargo. Not carro. Cargo. Cargo. Go. Go. Goody. Wait, did this? Oh no, those are two separate grids still. Thank gosh. Okay. And V. Why are these still connected? Lean down, lean down, lean down, lean down, lean down, lean left, lean left, lean left. Frick. Let go. Delete it. Frickin' heck. Control V. Good enough. All right. Alrighty, and tug it. This is very large for a small block ship. I kind of like it this large, but I also think it should probably not be done in the small block ship size. Two. All right. All right. Let us. All right. Perfect. This. Oh, need to raise it slightly. Is that? There we go. That's close to the right angle. Roll. Lock. Goody. Now we move over to the other side. I'm going to end up needing to look at all those in a second. For some reason, now is the time that my family has decided is the right time to continue working on planning how tomorrow is going to be working. Tomorrow, of course, being the 4th of July. I have no idea why now is when they decided to pay attention to making plans more thought out. These, that one, there'll be one over here. You know what, we'll do one on the, we'll do another one on top of this. All right. We don't need a second on top of that one. But I'm just going to grab a large block and just do this. That way I can just do this. 1, 2, 3, That way, this will make this a lot easier to make everything fit. I should also... Oh, wrong buttons. Alright, weather... Remove weather. They've added some more F6, there we go. Added some more manual use case stuff, which is nice, I guess. I'm on, we go. Alrighty. And lock. Boom. And then if we just come over here. This works surprisingly well and might actually be the better way to handle getting these things in position. I'm gonna be honest. Although I do like the idea of using the piston collection system, doing this would work far faster and far quicker, and would require a lot less subgrids. So I may or may not make this the system for doing this. Actually, now that I think about this, how many versions of everything is there anyway? Because now that I am thinking about the scale of everything in this game, are there less than 16 components? There are way less than 16 ores, so there's not a chance ores would be any reasonable for this thing to carry. Alright, I think this is about... Yep, that's pretty decent. Yeah, ores would be the wrong sort of thing for this thing to connect to, so... Interesting. Then we just kind of do this again with the last couple. Honestly, having 2 stack would make this very easy, so I might do it this way. Just like a row of 5, 2 stack, and then make sure to carry a tug with me. Tugs work pretty well, I'd say. That way... Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, stop rotating so drastically. Okay. Good. Okay, hopefully nothing broke. Alright, did anything actually break? A couple of blocks did. Let's fix the blocks. Where are the... Alright. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually pretty pleased with the way this is going. And I would have done the creative world ship, but I really want to get somewhere in my survival for once. Because I do survival for so long, and then I just kind of forget about survival. Granted, I am in creative right now, but that's purely just so I can get actually some angles and weights, and whether or not this is at all reasonable. I know it's not reasonable, but I'd like to be able to at least pretend that this is reasonable, so we're going to continue like it is, and then when it's turns out that like I'm going to need like 300 thrusters, I'm going to be surprised and pretend that was not expected. I forgot that these were thruster connected. Please rotate properly. Okay, come on. Hey, all right, perfect. And lock. This is... How long did this take me? Maybe 10, 15 minutes max to load this manually. If I get the auto load system working, that'll be even less time. I'm pretty happy with that. No, do not turn off the thrusters. That is a really stupid thing to do. Okay. Perfect. All right. And then I just need to do the same thing as I've done so many times before. And then I need to go fill all of these up at least halfway. Which, considering how much these can carry, is going to be rather considerable. Alrighty, and... Alright, let's go. Lock. Boom. Okay. So now I get to go do the other fun part to this, which is Shift F10, spawning in a ton of stone, just because stone is some of the relatively heavy stuff, so spawn object. Oh god, I pressed the wrong button. Why did I press the wrong button? Jeez. Okay. Control. And then 10. Excuse me. Oh Lord, I don't like when I do that. Yeah, we're just going to continue to spawn stone. Hey. Stone, spawn object, control. We're going to need quite a lot of stone, so I think I'll do one more batch of stone, and then we'll see if that lasts. Because this will be 90% of the thing, so... Alright, so let's find an access point. I am going to want to ditch everything that is not stone. Just because it's different weights, different sizes, so we'll... What are the things that I know won't be taken? I don't think weapons will be taken. So this should now leave me purely with stone being taken, if it does get taken at all. Is it shift middle mouse? Oh no, alt middle mouse. Does this thing just not have any power, or did that really deposit all the stone? Oh, it did deposit all the stone. There's just so many containers that it's hard to tell because they're all modulars, which I think show up after large cargo containers. Yeah. Okay. And then I need to literally come to every single one of these and... Wait. Was that seriously all of it, or... No, but that did deposit a decent amount. How much can these things hold? Okay. I'd empty... Alright, you know what? We're just gonna go down the line. Depositing stone until it says it had anything that could not be deposited, because that is entirely the goal, to deposit everything. Wow, that took a lot less than I thought it would. Stone, spawn object. Alright, let's do this a couple more times. I don't know exactly how long we're going to be playing for tonight, but... This is a lot of weight. Alright, let's... Good. You are full... Oh wait, these would be connected, I think. Since this is an actual connection... If I do F, yeah, these are already connected. That's why it took everything. Because if I was to, find... Is there any point where I left access? No? Alright. Either one? Yeah, that's why. These actually have access, so... Oh, God. Jesus. Really? No, wait, no. And why'd that say all possible components were... Filter you. Only inventories of selected grid. Okay, it is in fact full right now. Good, okay. So that one did fill, I just have no idea why it told me it only filled some of it. All components were possible. All possible components were deposited. Alright, so if I was to look at this afterward, there should be absolutely nothing that does not have anything in it right now if I look at it after I do all this. There we go. Alright. Now, if we look at you... Hide empty. Okay, don't hide empty. There are connectors, which I think are... Where are these connectors? It doesn't really matter. There are a couple of connectors that aren't, but pretty much everything is full. Of course, there's the hydrogens. Good. Good. A couple of everything else. Good. But now I just need to, yeah, that is a lot of stone. Okay, so... Now, I am going to... I'm going to want to add in some stuff. So, I think I'm going to simply throw in... how are these oxygen tanks connected? I don't really know if I'd want to use them like that. So I might use the small ones, the small oxygens to run vertical connectors. So we'll just throw these like this. Whatever I design here will probably be connected over to the other side at least. So that'll be nice. We'll just replace the previous blueprint because it's already layered. Alrighty. I just realized I should really have double stacked these and not just single stacked these because, well, part of the idea is to give some height discrepancy. So I guess I should probably double stack these. That way these look at least somewhat connected going inward. So we'll quickly double stack all of these. Add in hydrogens. Oh, right. I should also make sure that these are equal both sides. I went over to creative to make things work smoother, and I've done really stupid things for that task. Lovely. All right, and we do this, do this, do this. Perfect. We're going to come over like this. M. Perfect. We now have the duals. Alrighty. So, how do we want to handle this? Yes, we could handle you by... I don't think we'd want to do cargo containers. I think we'd prefer to do hydrogens. Then we'll take large hydrogen, large hydrogen. We'll stack some large hydrogens on top of these. That'll give me, I think, enough space to be able to add in the other stuff alongside of large hydrogens. And then we will, where are these? Conveyor tubing. I just realized that these kind of intend for a certain angle to be used when they're designed and built. Like they're more like they follow a flat curve on top and then are flat-sided, allowing for better use in many areas. That's really cool. I didn't notice that previously. I like that. Alright, let's see. How the frick do I want to, I guess what I can do is I can just kind of add in these, like, this. Yeah, and then add in the hydrogens afterward. So we'll just have these 2x2s of hydrogen thrust, which I might even make slightly wider. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of run hydrogen like this. This provides a fairly reasonable allowance of fuel, at least for now. These will probably consist of a lot more hydrogen, but providing many different cells of fuel is really the right way to handle fuel in this game. And now we add in you would have to go that way, so I'm going to add you. Okay, so we'll add 5 per stretch. So 5 tanks per grouping. So 4 tanks, 5 thrusters per grouping. Stretches of 5 seem to be reasonable. And the extendability of this pack of thrust should do well. Alrighty. Boom, 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 boom. So that's 5, 15, 20 plus, what is that, 3 times 5? Alright. Fairly decent. Alright. Is that at all the reasonable amount, or should I add 1 more thruster to this stack? I think I'm going to add 1 more thruster per stack. So these will be triples, so they will be 4 times 3, so it'll be 12, so it'll be 24 thrusters at the bottom, followed by another 20 thrusters up top. So this will provide reasonable thrust packs. At least I believe this will be considered reasonable thrust packs, because the other bit is I can also add in the thrust here. Alright, so now what we're going to do, I am going to save. Quick load is F5. I am going to quite simply just add in a thing and try to go up. Okay. V. That is why I quick loaded, so that if I did something stupid like that, it didn't f me over that badly. I cannot use P. P holds everything that is connected via connector. I should have known this. But I was not thinking. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully by the start of next week, I'll have, or even by Saturday, I'll have most of the rest of the stream stuff figured out so that Twitch will allow me to stream. And if not, hopefully by that time, I will have a Kick account. And so, because I'm thinking of adding Kick to my stream roster. Oh, I just thought of the other thing I need to do. I'll do one. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to add Kick to my stream roster soon. And potentially do a debut on Kick. So depending on how things go, which does still need a few things. But yeah, hopefully everything can be set up in a reasonable manner and everything will work well. It is sometimes hard to tell, but hopefully, whoopally, yeah, whoopally. Okay, let us add the thing, and then not do the dumb thing with it. U G landing gear switch lock. Okay. Okay. That is nowhere near enough thrust, and I need to remember to add some other stuff. Got it. Quick load one more time, just so that I don't have the ship tilting forward. And then, ooh, fireworks are going off. It's always the fun part of around this time of year, as well as like New Year's. Fireworks go off like days and weeks. Well, actually, yeah, days or weeks in advance. And so you'll hear it far quicker. Although I like the look of those elevators, I might use those. Ooh, I just had a thought. It could be interesting to have the ground lift cargo containers up and then retract back down. It'd be an interesting way to handle the that problem of up and down. Though I'd have to make sure all the edges were yeah, were the oh, what are they blocked called? Blast doors. So maybe not. Although I think I'll probably get a SE2 soon, which will be kind of fun. Although that'll take a little bit of getting used to the building system since they changed it slightly. I definitely think I'll probably make all of the rotation commands back to the delete, page up, down, yeah, page up, page down, ins, home, all those. Alright. So, oh, there are a couple of holes in this. Let's fill those. Yeah, so this amount of thrust is not enough, apparently. So what I think I might do, where would be another spot where I'd add in thrusters? It'd probably be this level. I'd probably just add in, like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're using base 5s in the ship, so we do another probably 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we just cut this into base 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's 4. Right. Okay. So this is the right amount. There's 15 of these, and then we'll just add in some thrusters here as well. Try another pack of 5s just to be safe. Where the frick are these? 1, 2, 3, 5. Is that actually roughly the distance in between these? I think I'd need to go one more set of 5. I think there's 20 in between. I think I'm actually going to add one more set of 5s just to be safe. 1, 2, 5. Because that does look to be roughly the distance in between these. So why not? We can go 20 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this works as well for adding in the fuel pods, because it's just large. And we just simply add in our fuel. And then where is it? 2. And then this just simply fits well with the rest of the design so far to provide another batch of thrust. So we'll just copy that same thing over here, go 20 forward, and then do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If this isn't exact, it's at least close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. And then we click U and click U. And then U. And then U. And we repeat the process. Alright, and then we bridge the gap between these. Goody. So now we've added an extra couple. We also want to add a decent few gyroscopes. Where do I want to add the gyroscopes at? Where is going to be an area that's probably good for gyroscopes? I think I'll add gyroscopes kind of in groups, 2 wide, 1 from the edge along here. So 2 wide, 1 along the edge, and we'll do that per, I guess, is how we're going to do this. And hope that this kind of works out. 2 wide, 1 from edge. I don't know if this is enough or if we're going to need more. But this is quite a lot of gyroscopes. Because that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 80 gyroscopes today. That is a decent amount of gyros. And of course, all of these thrusters, which I think what I'll probably do, these are how high? 1, 2, 3. I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably go connect these together with the spire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, this is exactly 20 in between. Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I add probably another, I don't know. Let's see, just how many are these? That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30%, 60 plus the 24 on the bottom. So we're at 84. So I think what I'll do is at 84, I'd want another 22. No, 84 is 6. So, and then how many gaps do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gaps. If I want to, I might go 102, which would mean I would need, no, 8's not an even. I'd want 9. I'd need an odd amount unless I don't know. How many of these are there? There are 4 down there. So even if I doubled 2 of them, that wouldn't work. I'd have to double only 1 of them, which wouldn't really work. So, you know what? Actually, I can make this work. I can make this middle one bigger and off-center any amount if I wanted. So, it will set the balance, which should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to make this go 1 wider. 1 wider. And then we're going to grab 2. And then we're going to make this a 4. So if we do 4. So it's 4, 4, and then these will be 3 and 3. Oh, wait. These have to be uneven. So I did 4, 4, 4. Do base 4 then in between these. That would make it work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Click, 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 click. And then we do this. 1 further out, 1 further out. Dual U, click, click. And then we just repeat the process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. U and wait. Is that right? That doesn't look right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. It's right. That's impressive. Okay, and that does do that. So if that's 3, that's 3, then the T. I think this is right. This takes so long to make sure that everything's right, but if I do this each time, that should hopefully give me the right amount. Oh, I've only been doing 2 per. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 further that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Roughly here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. 1. Go up 3. Go wide. And do the same thing. Boom, 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 boom. Go wide. I don't know why I can never manage to get this right, but meh. Alright. This is currently 4 times 5, so this is 20. So doing this would add an extra 20 per, right? This is 4 times 5, 20, so there's another 40. This is another 40 thrusters. Just to try to have enough lift to lift this off the ground. In which case, we'd also need to add probably, I don't know, maybe another 20 or so. Make sure everything fits, which would be ridiculous, but that's fine. Let's see. So that's 24 at the bottom, right? Yep, 24 at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4 is 20, so that's 40. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 30 on each side, so that's 60, 60, 40, 124 thrusters just in the downwards direction alone. Save game, save progress. All right, good. It just yelled at me that it's saving. Good, let's do this again. G, land. Quick lock. It is still not enough. Wow. That is ridiculous how much this takes. It's going to need about 200 mini thrusters. That is way more than I thought this was going to require to make this thing lift. Oh boy. That is very not good. Very, very not good. Not horrible, but it's definitely not good. I did just remember that I am going to have to edit a small part of this out, which it's not horrible, but it's not great. Luckily, I don't think anyone was watching when the thing happened that I have to edit out. But yeah, that'll be fun to deal with. Then again, I did end up saying my name in a stream somewhat recently as well, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. Eh. Wonderful bits of thing that I accidentally state that. Oh well. Alright, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna be honest, this is really scary that this still isn't enough. Because this thing's huge. And I know that there's still more that I'd like to do, which frightens me way more than it probably should. I guess at this point it's time to start making the... We'll probably want to build off of the central pillar, which is this one right here, so... I suppose what we get to do now is we get to figure out just how we can add even more thrusters to this without being way too connected. So, I guess... Oh, wait a second. None of these have fuel. That would probably help actually move these. 1 minute. We're using these fuel tanks. Do I want to extend this to 5 out? Yeah, we'll extend it to 5 out. So on each of these, we'll keep the back location, and then we'll extend the front one by 1. It does mean that the center doesn't look good, but it will keep at least some of this to a reasonable degree in fives. You know, despite the fact that fours do not go into fives. 4 times 3 is 12. Nowhere near the amount that we'd need, but Alright, I wouldn't be able to get Wikipedia on screen, but I can read Wikipedia articles. If that is good enough for the purposes. What's the Wikipedia article? We'll just quickly double click on all of these. Oh. That doesn't help. Armin Faber. Is that Armin Faber? I will check that out in a second. Let me just... I unfortunately do have to cover up the bottom piece, because if I don't cover up the bottom piece, then those will fall and I will have done most of this for nothing. So now I've got to do this. Wait, what? Wait a second. Is this just it? That's not good. That really could be bad if I did that wrong. Wait. No. One of these sticks out further than the rest. The central one was done completely differently than the rest and sticks out 1 block further. I like that design. I'm going to stick with it. So the front 2 are done like that. These ones are done like that. Okay. I am okay with this. Oh, what was that? Oh, I really now want to pull this up. I just thought of something that I think would make a good clip. Like a good edit if I edit this. Which I very well might. I might try to actually get to editing things again. Because it's been far too long for me to edit anything. Alright, let me ditch this. And add in 1 more of these just to simply fill in the gap. This is way too many thrusters to work out for any good, but hey, thrusters are thrusters, I suppose. Somehow everything works out. No idea how everything manages to work out in the end, but it does, so we'll just keep it. Alright. Yeah, let me look that up in a second. Please show up. Oh, no, I do not like that. Let me re-add you and reattach this, because I do not like fragility. In my thing, I do not like the fragility at all. Okay. You... Which one had the freaking thruster? Ah, here it is. 7, and boom. Okay. Okay. So, before I do the next test, I just need to, do this. Do this. This. Okay. And then I want to come over to this. Go to here. So it's Armin Uh, ah, okay. 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 There's something hilarious for you to read. Okay. Armin Fabier was German Luftwaffe pilot in World War II who mistook the Bristol Channel for the English Channel and landed his Focke-Wulf, yeah, Focke-Wulf, Focke-Wulf, FW 190, FW 190, intact at RAF Pembrey in South Wales. His plane was the first FW 190 to be captured by the Allies and was tested to reveal any weakness that could be exploited. Alright then. Honestly, I'm not surprised that someone would have made an error like that. I mean, seriously. I can only imagine how frequent errors like that would have been. Alright. That was the... Keep going. Oh, there's more to it? I thought that was it. Oh, okay, yeah, there's just a section, okay. Okay, in June 1942, Armin Faber was Gruppen adjunct performing administrative and personal paperwork duties as well as flight duties to the commander of the 3rd Fighter Group of... I have no idea how to say that, so I'm just going to try not to. JG-2 2nd Fighter Wing, based in Morlaix in Brittany. On the 23rd of June, he was given special permission to fly a combat mission with a 7th Staffel, a unit that flew Wolf FW-190 fighters. The FW-190 had only recently arrived with frontline units at this time, and its superior performance had caused the Allies so many problems that they were considering mounting a commando raid on a French airfield to capture one for evaluation. The 7th Staffel was scrambled to intercept a force of 6 Boston light bombers returning from a bombing mission. Bostons were escorted by 3 Czechoslovak manned RAF squadrons, 310 Squadron and 312, and 313 Squadron, commanded by Elios Vasco. All the Bostons returned safely, while a fight developed over the English Channel with the escorting Spitfires, which resulted in the loss of 2 FW-190s and 7 Spitfires, including that of that guy who was killed when he collided with an FW-190. The German pilot bailed out and was captured during the combat. Fabier became disoriented and separated from the other German aircraft. He was attacked by a sergeant of 310 Squadron. In his efforts to shake off the Spitfire, Fabier flew north over Exeter in Devon. After much high-speed maneuvering, Fabier, with only one cannon working, pulled a... Is that an I or an L? I think that's an L. Lillman, I don't know how to say that. Turn into the sun and shot down his pursuer in a head-on attack. Regdarn, I don't know how to say these names, so I'm butchering every single one of them. bailed out. It's not an I because that's not an L because that's capitalized. So that's, I don't know how to say it anyway. But if that's an I, is that Immelman turn, I guess? Into the, yeah, Immelman turn into the sun. Okay, bailed out safely, although he had a shrapnel wound in his arm and sustained a broken leg on landing. His Spitfire crashed near the village. Okay. Okay. Yeah, crashed near the village of Black Dog, Devon. Meanwhile, the disoriented Faber now mistook the Bristol Channel from the English Channel and flew north instead of south, thinking South Wales was France. He turned towards the nearest airfield, RAF Pembrey. Observers on the ground could not believe their eyes as Faber waggled his wings in a victory celebration, lowered the undercarriage, and landed. The Pembrey duty pilot Jeffries identified the aircraft as German while it was landing, and he ordered his men to signal it to park in the dispersal area. As the FW-190 slowed, he jumped onto its wings and took. As the slowed, he jumped onto its wing and took Weber as prisoner with a flare gun. As Pembrey was a training station, Jeffries had no other weapons to hand. Faber was so despondent that he attempted suicide unsuccessfully. Faber was later driven to RAF Fairwood Common for interrogation under the escort of Group Captain David Atcherley, fearful of an escape attempt, aimed his revolver at Faber for the entire journey. At one point, the car hit a pothole, causing his weapon to fire. The shot narrowly missed Faber. As a prisoner of war, Faber was sent to Canada, where he attempted to escape from the prisoner camp. He was repatriated just before the end of the war due to ill health. All right, then. All right. Do you want me to continue reading, or was that most of it? I think it's kind of funny, but at the same time, I'm not at all surprised that it happened. Imagine that sort of stuff happens quite frequently in war. So, especially when they didn't have as good of sort of a radar system. If you don't really have radar or GPS, you're going based off of landmarks and your compass, which I'm going to assume that he failed to check, which is probably how he ended up way out of his area to begin with. That or it got damaged, which seems to have happened somewhat frequently during fights with World War II bombers. Does paperwork allowed to fly one cannon, pulls a Immelman land in a training base, took hostage by flare, attempted suicide, nearly killed by a pothole-induced revolver misfire. Yep. That about sums that up. Which, honestly, I kind of feel bad for him for that, because, honestly, how bad would it be if you ended up dying due to a misfire? Granted, depending on where the shot was placed, if it was shot, shoot head. Okay, so we need probably, I'm gonna say another maybe 20 to 30, another 20 to 30, another 20 to 30 things just to lift this. Boy, and the strangest thing was that the Canadian camp escaped since the Canadians treated their prisoners so well. Clinton didn't want to leave after both wars ended. Yeah, to be fair to the Canadians, they probably treated their prisoners well, but they didn't take very many of them, as far as I've heard. They may have been treated well, but they certainly didn't take a lot of them. That or I may be misremembering how that goes, but I think that's about how that went. Alright. Go to the bottom and read the last passage. Under which section? Under the, see also? Or, no, under surviving relics? Is that the area? Okay. The Shoreham Aircraft Museum displays the armored glass windscreen of Faber's FW-190 together with part of its control panel. The museum also holds some wreckage fragments of that guy's Spitfire. In 1991, Mir Faber visited the museum and presented it with his officer's dagger and pilot's badge. The quick release buckle of the parachute that guy used that day is owned by an aviation-themed cafe at the Moravian Museum in, I have no idea how to say that, in the Czech Republic. Interesting. Very interesting. I say very, very interesting. Okay. And we continue with this. Okay. Where do I want to put the next set of thrusters? Because Brno. Okay, Brno. I figured that'd probably be how that's said, but I also really don't want to take any chance if it's not. Because saying things wrong is a whole lot worse when you really mispronounce it. Alright. I think I'm going to give these a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 8. So we'll go 8 and then 9 with the others. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Yep. Wait, what? Okay, so this is 8. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll go 8 on the center one and then 9 on the other ones. And we'll just do that for the other set of thrusters and hope that this will be the final amount needed. The last 20 or so odd thrusters, because I really don't want to add any more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Yagi Shwara. Yagi Shwara. That is so hard to say. Yagid Shwara. Yagid Shwara. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 5, 4, good. And we'll just do that with all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go 5. That should be 4 remaining. Good. 4 remaining. Good. Do the same thing over here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 4 on both sides. Good. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Alright. And now that these are finally all in position, this really is just quite the, this thing is going to need so many cans of fuel just to make it even halfway reasonable to fly. This is going to require so much fuel for this. Which honestly I absolutely love, because this thing is entirely based on the idea of essentially going from ground to space to deliver as many resources as I can at all think about. Wow. That showed up really late on the, yeah, on the YouTube system. The YouTube Studio stream control panel. Okay. Wait. Oh, I already have this on this side. Okay. G, land. Landing gear. Good. Switch lock. So we're going to save. Yes. We can move. Shoot. Buttons. I hate when I press the wrong buttons. Okay. Okay. Voila! We can, in fact, take off and land in this thing. I don't really know how, but it flies. I'm gonna be honest, this is going to be ridiculous because, right, if I take this to be the inside wall, and we just kind of, I don't know, just take, I'll just remove this block just so I can fill in a good chunk of this up to the level that we'd probably do this to. And then I count out how many times this would be able to make a floor. Jeez, the lag. I shouldn't really be surprised. We are, in theory, placing almost 2,000 blocks times 2, so, you know. Oh boy. Jäg, meaning hunting, hence the German tank destroyers being called Jagdpanzer, hunting panzer, or Panzer Hunter, aka tank hunter or fighter. Interesting. Why did these not place? You know what? Frick it. I am going to add these in sections because this is going to take quite a while. Geschwader is squadron, so Jägerschwader is better squadron. That is, wait, Jäger, yeah, Jägerschwader, no, Jägerschwader. Schwatter. Jagged Schwatter. I think. I really don't like having to butcher that name so many times. Good. I just realized just how much of this is going to end up being. That is quite ridiculous. Like, if I make this an internal hallway, especially if I make this like a fighter area where you'd release like fighters or other ships from, kind of coming out the back here and then going down, which is probably what I do, create like a spot in the bottom where they kind of come up here and into this. This would be ridiculous to kind of store any sort of fighters. They'd have to have folding wings because everything I make is whitish, but German, of which the 100 plus dialects are so different, they're practically different languages, have the unique ability to create new whole words by simply combining words. I know that. I've seen a bunch of, yeah, I've seen, like, videos where they just, like, take, like, a German word and then separate the two things and then basically say it. So it's like, it's not like, yeah, I can't remember, but it basically is like separating the words and almost explaining it. I can probably find it if I look it up, which I kind of want to do now. I don't know if I'll be able to find this, but here, let's do that. Let me just move over to the page. Where do I have? Here it is. Oh, I don't know how to put this. Uh, would this show up with the kind of thing that I'm looking for? I wish I remembered the name of the video. Oh, come on. Dang it. No, that's not gonna give me what I want. Uh, nope, that's not showing me what I'm wanting either. Dang it. Oh, I wish I remembered any of the names for that. Oh, that sucks. There's like a very specific video that I'm thinking of, but I don't remember any of the names of it, and so I can't really do anything to try to find the video itself. That sucks. Oh well. Because yeah, it was like some sort of thing that kind of makes fun of the way that German kind of has words made, but I don't remember any of the details of it, unfortunately. Alright. Honestly, I think I'll probably stick with this, which honestly, if I do what I'd probably do with this, because yeah, it was like a video where this person did like jokes about like how German has words made, but I can't remember because it's like it's this, this like it's Wiener Schnitzel, it's Schnitzel's Wieners or something like that, and like It's probably not a good one, but Venus. I don't know how to say that words. I hate not being able to say certain words because I don't know how to say them. But like, it makes kind of a lighthearted joke of the way that like Germans said, but I can't remember the name of the video or even the channel that made it, which kind of sucks. Like knowing a joke, but not knowing like the punchline to the joke. Just remembering the setup. It always sucks. And now I am just going to go and more or less, if I wanted to, oh, I did not make this nearly high enough. That's unfortunate. I can do that. That is good. Very good. Okay, so I need to add an extra layer. Yeah, it was like some sort of thing about kind of how German words are created by smashing two words together, but yeah, I don't remember any of the details to it. So whilst I know that there's a video out there for it, I don't remember any of the details for it or any other videos that person made. And it has been several months since I last saw it. I probably liked it, but that doesn't really do too much to help me find it quickly. Yeah, let's see. I suppose what I could do is... Okay, oh boy. This goes all the way up to this level. I'm gonna be honest, I did not realize just how big this would be. Making these really does put into perspective just how large everything is. Come on. No, stop lagging as bad. Come on, forward, forward. I just want to go forward a little bit more. Okay, there we go. All right. This is going to be rather ridiculous. Let's see. So this is the total height that I want to get to. So we'll just start from there, which allows me to go as far as I believe this needs to, which, I'm going to be honest, this is stupid big. I love it. Though this will take me absolutely forever to finish building. Alright, that is good enough for me. Good enough for me. Good enough for me. Alright. On top, this should line up pretty well. Alright, we'll place this in probably 2 or 3 groupings. That way this doesn't lag my game out too bad when I try to place, you know, like a couple grand worth of blocks in 1 second. Ah, shoot. That's unfortunate. There we go. Alright. Switzerland, Austria, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, East Belgium, South Tyrol, and Namibia have German as the official / co-official language. Yeah. That's the fun bit with primary, like, languages, is that, it does quite a bit for, if you've got the main language in the region. It does quite a bit for, pronunciations of said language. This is very ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what to do about this. Because this is ridiculous amounts of, yeah. This is ridiculously scaled for these. I will probably use the standard hydrogen tanks in here, just running them along the ceiling, and we'll just run it, I guess, right there. And is that too far? That's not far enough. Okay. So, roughly there. Adding just absolutely as many of these as I can, because, oh lord. Oh, good. And this would work pretty darn well for doing this. That's nice. Alright, we'll just add a block in between, and we'll just fill this in with tanks, because this is going to require a lot of tanks. Oh, in the right area. I may be required to place these in a totally different way soon, which would not be good, but that's fine, I guess. I really wish I got these in the right position instantly instead of on the, like, second or third try. As I said, I wish I'd get these right on the first try. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna want at least one tank per. And, I don't know if I've got that quite yet. At a minimum, one tank per thruster. Which probably means I'm gonna need upwards of 300 tanks and 300 thrusters. If it's just 100 down, like, just 150 down, that would provide me about, yeah, that is some substantial levels. Let's see. How many do I currently possess? Let's do some quick calculations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 15, 18, 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 49, 1. That's not right. 6 plus 6 plus 6, so yeah, 6 times. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 36. So 6 times 6, that's 36. Plus, how many groups in the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So plus 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is another 15. So 36 plus 15, that's 11. That's 21 plus 40, so what? 61 relative? 61. 61. 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 78, 79, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 100, 101, 102, no wait, no, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94 roughly, I think. We got roughly 94, not including if we do, what I am probably going to do, which is at the very least doing this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and that doesn't fit. While of course not. So we're going to add 2 to both sides. Okay, and we're going to do that in here. And we're just going to enlarge the massive area of potentially explosive stuff. Because of course we are. We're going to enlarge the scale of what would explode if this thing got hit. Nothing there, just here. 1, 2. Then again, this does still leave open the amount of space that I would probably want for everything else, for the lift capabilities of the ship, because honestly, this thing's going to need the amount of freaking fuel, as well as dedicated fuel storage, so ice storage and hydrogen. Yeah, oh boy, is that going to be fun. Yeah, this is rather... If this thing gets hit, this is going to make a very nice explosion. I suppose that's why this thing is considered a cargo and not combat cargo. Because, oh lord, if this thing saw combat, it would detonate in like 5 seconds. Oh lord. Okay. Well, luckily, hopefully this should be the final amount that I need. Filling that in with explosive, basically, is wonderful. Alright. So, everything's all ported together. Now, I'm just gonna quickly do a check here because I want to do one thing real quick. F10. What? No, we'll just do, where is it? Where is it? Light fighter. Here it is. How wide are you? Okay. So this would actually fit relatively well in this sort of space. You know, as long as it doesn't blow itself up, which would be potential, but that's fine. If I kind of add sort of an upper layer to this, I could probably get, like 1 or 2, yeah, I could probably get 1 fighter that can fit in between these gaps. Just 1, 2, 3 fighters there. And then also probably something that can go a little higher and maybe fill in some gaps in the walls for other vehicles as well. You know, because if this is going to be cargo, might as well be able to carry things inside as well. Although I could also make this just storage, a massive storage room. So you've got a lot of internal cargo, and then we just make everything above this simply other stuff, I guess. Although I do have to try to decide what the I'm doing with all this. Yeah, so how wide is this gap if I wanted to do this with a ship? We'd probably want at least that, so we'd probably be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 11 wide? At best, 11 wide, so, this thing is stupidly large. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what to do about all this. Like, I don't know. Like, if I type in, like, cargo, what? I believe I've got other cargo ships. What is the biggest cargo vessel I possess? That's a very small cargo transport. That's a cargo boat. Again, another smaller cargo. Really small cargo. Pretty small cargo. Really small cargo. Wasn't there something with like an O in the title that was cargo? What was that called? I'm trying to remember it. I know it's in here somewhere. Like, this is huge. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Do 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 do. Alright, let's see. Where is this? Alright. Of course, none of the ACI ships actually have an image right now for some reason, or most of them don't. There's a cruiser. I have no idea what the Sunray is. Although I do know it's probably one of the ones part of the really nice class. Ooh. These are pretty cool. The MCI. Ooh, Strike dropship. That's pretty cool. Pegasus A dropship. I'll have to spawn those in at some point. Ooh, I like the look of that assault freighter. Frigate, not freighter. Though I'm tempted to make an assault version of this ship. Of course, they are the yeah, the BA style, the BA ships, which I think are pretty cool. These two, which go to the same, the Baron. Those are pretty cool. Where is the ship I am thinking of? I know it is somewhere. Where is it? Of course, there's my ship, the Volcora. Come on, where is what I'm looking for? I believe I have it in here somewhere. It's like, it has like these very large, I believe they're small grid, drop pod pieces. Let's see, where are you? Dawnbreaker. All of the wonderful, Secret Santa, not Secret Santa, what are these called? Dang it, Advent calendar ships that were made by, I believe, Lunar Colony and, what were the other? What was the other one? Oh, that one's Indy and Omega. So Lunar Colony and Omega made those. And that other guy, I don't remember his name, unfortunately. I am really bad at names. Where is this ship? I know it's here somewhere. I really hope I didn't miss it at any point, because that would suck. Come on, where is it? First, here's a Gazanti, which has how many? 29,000 small blocks. Yeah. And I'm going to surpass that because, of course, I am. I can never do anything half. I always gotta, like, beat my own really stupid thing inside. How is this? This is 39 for that. How big are you? Okay, you know what? Sure. This will at least give me a rough size at the very least. You know, a rough size to estimate my ship's end result size at. Oh lord, my thing's bigger. How is my thing bigger? Oh god, my thing's going to end up being like 50, 60,000 blocks. Holy. Because I've not even done any shaping yet. Oh lord. Okay, I am just going to... I'm surprised I still haven't seen the ship. I would have thought I would have seen it by now. I thought I knew where it was. I guess I don't. I really thought I knew where this was. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's the obelisk. Yeah, this is 59,000 blocks. Ooh, gunboat. I like gunboat. What time is it? About 11:30? Alright. Yeah, the obelisk is probably the closest thing to what I'm making, but with smaller cargo cargo boxes. Which, to be honest, I don't know if I want to add more or reduce the number of cargo and try to make this reasonable. Let's see. Can I push you out any further? I can. Let's see. In comparison, my ship is... I'm going to say... how long are those? I don't know. I'm gonna spawn it in. That way I can count the length of one of those. So I can get a rough idea of just how much bigger my ship is probably going to end up being, especially due to the width. Because I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm probably going to end up doing sort of a tiered up system. So, like, in 3 with angled bars. And then maybe either turrets or other things sitting in the middle to break up the large flat. How is my thing bigger? Oh my god. My thing is going to add up 50, 60,000. Ah, yay. Yeah, lovely. Gotta love out of context. Yep, out of context always makes really, really odd things. Oh, look, it can't fly. I will try if I remember the clips. Luckily, this stream is only about it's gonna only be about 2.5 hours long, so it wouldn't be as bad to try to break it up into things. We're gonna say 1 cargo, 1, 2, 3, 3, and then the big cargo container, roughly speaking. Yeah, 3, then the really big cargo, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. About 53 blocks longer than what I've got now. And how does the inside look? It has large containers on the inside of it. Okay. Delete the selected object. Yes. Alright. So it is roughly 50 blocks longer than what I've got right now, which would be roughly 50 blocks longer than what I have right now. Divided that by 5, so it'll be about 10 large blocks longer, roughly speaking. So this is definitely going to end up bigger than that. I don't know if it'll carry more. Actually, I need to think about that. I am going to get rid of the stone, so we're just going to come over here. I drop all the stone. I will, save the game, yes. And then we're going to, come over to all of these and grab all the stone. This is going to take a while if I do it this way. Is there any easier way to do this? I don't think there is. Because I want to grab all of this and then see how many large grid, cargo containers worth of cargo this actually is, because that's kind of the idea behind this ship. You know, if it's going to carry cargo, it better carry a ton of it. So, hopefully I get it all. Alright. Does this have cargo in it? It does. Those are the connector 6s. This one's not connected on this side, therefore didn't get any of that. That's nice. So that's where the empties were. This is going to take forever. It's cool, but it's going to take forever. And then we take this. Unfortunately, the ones higher aren't going to really be much better because I just have to go scroll down, double click. Oh, right. I just have to hope that it can go into my inventory from this position, and if it can't, well, then it can't, and I am not actually connected to it. Because one side is not currently connected to the other. So I literally just have to double click on everything. And then do the same thing on the other side. All right. All right. Come on. Double click everything. All the hydrogen tanks, which this is going to take forever. Because there's a fucking ton of hydrogens. Inset connectors. Don't know what those are connected to. Which one of these has those, but, alright. Alright. Hide empty. Go to the bottom. Double click everything you see on the way up. Alright. This is a ridiculous quantity of stone. Alright, let's see here. All the modulars, which means the main cargo area. Okay. Good. 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 This is going to be so much easier on the other side. At the very least, putting this back won't take as long if I do decide to put it back. I really wish that I wasn't getting any stone back from this, because then I could just call it a day, but since I keep picking up stone, that means that I can't leave it alone. But the problem also is that there's stuff everywhere. And this is a ton of stone. Okay, double click, double click, double click, double click, double click, double click. Oh god. Suffering through success. I mean, it's not even really success. I just started building and then overbuilt because I'm an idiot. I overbuild every time I try to build something reasonably sized. I overbuild it and then I end up with something really stupid. This was never supposed to be this big. Or supposed to have been better than this. Why is everything still highlighted? Alright, I'm gonna consider that that's it for these. Okay, so I think that's it for that side. So I think I now get to go over to this side, do the same thing. That, hide empty. And everything should be able to just be filtered to me from this end. Oh lord, this is ridiculous. Yeah, this is really ridiculous. We have what? Almost 3K already? And I think I used nearly a K when I loaded just the central corridor area. Let's see. Each of the large carries 42, 8 in a thing, 8 times 8, so that's 64. So there's 64 times 42 per unit. That's ridiculous. I don't really care to try to calculate because physical's much easier to handle, but there is a ton of stone in here. This isn't even counting other cargo locations for anything other than just, you know, the cargo to be transported, not necessarily cargo to be held. Although, how much stone this thing can take is going to be ridiculous as well when that gets converted into ingots. I don't believe I get any of the modulars, but I'll still try just to be safe. I do get some of the small connectors, so I'm so glad that I didn't ignore those. All right. Oh, Lord. 45K. Jeez. I'd empty. All right. So I just need to take everything I can. All right. So we're going to end with nearly 5,000 stone. Which, yeah, that's quite a lot of stone. That is a substantial amount of stone. Yeah, each of these carries 27. Each of the modulars, which none of the modulars are going to be connected, but... Alright, I think that's roughly it. Now that we're moving over to modulars, so that's that for that grouping. I just do this. Some of these are able to be taken without the other stuff, without the connectors, but... Alright. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why does it only... Oh, I must have grabbed 2 before I did that anyway. Alright. Oh, I nearly forgot. It has an update. Be careful not to update immediately. Enter the game. Play 1 round of instant action. Ensure it saves the memory card. Then allow it to update. Okay. When I get back access to it, I will make sure to do that. I still don't have access, but thank you very much for the warning, because I would have just not and had an issue. So, thank you very much for that information. Alrighty. Alrighty. So we're going to end up with, I believe, by the end of this, a little over 5,500, which, if my estimations are going to be correct, at about 5.5 grand, that is well more than I thought that would be. All right. Wait, something else has a large cargo container? Where is that? Where's the disconnected cargo container that was able to take cargo but not give cargo? Where is large cargo container 8? Large. How many large cargo container 8s are there? There are a fuck ton of large cargo container 8s. I think it was this purple one. Do I get to see it now, or do I need to add a antenna to the thing first? I need to add an antenna to this thing first. Where is the antenna? Here it is. Oh, come on. Where's large cargo container 8? Large 8. Oh, shoot. I knocked something over. Okay, let's... Good, that's still running. Where the frick is this purple large... Okay. Info... So where's this cargo container then? Those are beacons. Where's cargo container 8? If supposedly I have a large cargo container 8, there it is. So if I do this, that's odd. Is cargo container 8 separate? No, it can't be. I don't like that that's like that. I'm going to go find the container 8 again. Large 8. Just so I can turn off the show on HUD. The other 8, no. This 8. Was it this 8? Which 8 was it? Oh, for frick's sake, which one of you is the one currently showing on HUD? There we go. Alright. Now, that is all of them. So now it's time I go 3. We just add, I don't know. I'm gonna go for, is it 5 of these? I don't know, we'll go 6 just to be safe. And then I will alt middle mouse. Right, it needs a source of power in order for that to work, because of course it does. Where the frick my power sources? Battery. Wrong button. Dang it. Okay. Okay, this is rather quite a ridiculous thing. Alt middle mouse. Okay. So yeah, it is 6 cargo containers. There are none empty. So 6 large car containers get picked up every time this thing would pick anything up. I'm impressed. Now, if I quick load, hopefully all these return back to their things so I don't have to deal with my inventory. But, alright. That is rather ridiculous. Wait, what? Interesting. It for some reason shows me the average view duration right now. That's a bit odd. But okay. But yeah. I think we are roughly, yeah. For some reason it's currently showing me the average view duration on the YouTube live system. So it apparently is telling me that the current average view duration is about an hour 47. Interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do with that information, but I at least have it, I guess. I don't really know if that information is useful to me, but, yay? Let's see. I don't know where this is going to load because I don't know if it auto-saved at all while I chucked my inventory full of stuff. I assume it must have, which means that I've got to go through the process of just going to a port and alt-enning and, or no, alt left mouse. Is it alt? I think it's alt. Is it alt middle or alt left? Or is it alt right? I don't remember which buttons it was. Oh well. Either V. A 3-hour stream. Yeah. Alright. I think I might try to do a couple more streams of this sort of length rather than the like 10+ hour streams that I've been doing. Although I might continue to do streams of 10+ hour length. Who knows? Another couple of changes I want to make so I can get other things done because honestly, streaming is fun, but streaming for 10+ hours does create interesting effects. Okay, so I am just going to Alt-N. I'm going to lock you. And then we're just going to Alt-N, U, all components, possible word deposited. Alt-N, deposited, good. Which means that this should be the next one needed to be deposited, and Alt-N. And then if I do that to anyone on this layer, that should be the entire thing done. And I do that to the other side, and that should be it all done, supposedly. We're just going to Alt-N-U, and then we Alt-N-U. Alt-N-U, and Alt-N-U. If this put everything away as it should have, when I go I, there should be no stone in my inventory. There are no stone in my inventory. Perfect. Alright. So, I don't really know what I want to do for the end of this, because I'm going to be honest. This is ridiculous, and I don't really know how I want to shape the rest of this, because as things stand right now, if I decide, let's say, to expand these to even like, most of the way past this wing, and we just kind of add in, like, a sort of pseudo wall. Like, oh, that's not what I wanted. Alright, we're gonna clear this. Like, let's say I go even do, like, a 10 block in up range, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll say there. 1, 2, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll just add like a 3 block high ridge just to be something at least. And then maybe go a little higher. Like, I'm just trying to throw something to try to break this up, because this is going to be a massive area. Because I'm going to be honest. Holy shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do not do that really too big. Okay. There we go. And then, I guess, go out 7 blocks. So this is another 8. That is not where I want that to start. So we'd go this distance. Where is... That's 7, so it should be the same distance. That was not. I made a mistake. Get rid of the mistake. There we go. All right. Okay. Let us try to make this go all the way across. And this would be the rough shape of the entire rest of the vehicle at best if I try to do this. So we'd go up 3, which would be up 4 on this side. Just to make something happen. Do not rake. You want to go down, 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 please. Good. All the way across. This is so laggy. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what to do with the entire rest of this space, because this is a ridiculous amount of space. Like, a ridiculous amount of space. Especially when it comes to just how much this can carry. Because I'd probably do this one more time, maybe, and then go... Well, actually, yeah, I think I'll go one more time, do like a 3 or 4 block in, so we'd go... This would be a grand total of 5 blocks. And then probably, I don't know, maybe 7 instead, so... I don't know. Use it as a canvas and paint someone like one of them. Oh, alright then. I don't know. I do not know, because this is a ridiculously large amount of space. I could add guns, but the idea is that this is a, you know, cargo ship. And a good portion of this thing is designed entirely based on cargo carrying, which means that, you know, weapons don't make much sense, but I don't know what else to throw here because there's just so much freaking space. Like, even at a minimum, this is far too much space for this thing to have, because there's no way I can use it all. Okay, so we just throw that there. Because, like, this still would be a room, and this would be a fairly ceilinged room. Like, if I do, like, this area as, like, bunks, like, this would be a lot of bunks. Or anything else, really. This is probably going to be a lot of empty space in this thing. And then I think I'll probably go 5 up above it, so a total of 6. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And then we just repeat the process. Just kind of grab, chuck, drag across. Well, that's annoying. Do not go down with this. Go up with this. Is it up with this? Up. Where am I? And where is this? How did I go forward? Where am I? Oh boy, please let me. No. A little lower, please. One more lower, please. Okay, that somehow worked correctly. Don't really know why or how, but it did. Almost. Need to just do a little snippet up there. But even still, this is really stupid in scale. Because, yeah, this will probably go out towards the back whenever I decide which direction's the back. So it'll probably go out towards the back, maybe do a sharper turn in, and then maybe go a little bit more for engines. But, I guess what I'll probably do after that is go in, we'll say, probably the shortest amount. So we'll go this distance just to kind of pop inward and kind of provide like a walkway, like an outer, kind of ship walk space. Like an exterior hatchway, maybe, but I don't know. Because part of me is basing this off of a frickin' Gazanti cruiser, which is fine, but this is way too large to end up being a Gazanti, because I'm really bad at keeping the scales. And we'll go up probably, I don't know, another 7. One more. We'll go up this height. We'll do another 6 high. Space. Drag that. Do that again. Repeat the process. And then we do this. And then we'll probably go in maybe, I don't know, I guess 3. Before we add in like another space. I don't honestly know at this point. This thing is going to end up being several thousand small blocks, which is rather ridiculous. I think we'll go up another set of 5, so a grand total of 6 blocks. So we'll just say this. Honestly, if I knew what I was doing with the rest of this, I'd probably have done it before I laid out the bottom of it, but sure. I guess I'll just accept what I've done, and we'll call this intentional. Whoa, whoa, stop going down. Stop going down, please. Go back up, please. I started lagging, and all of a sudden this thing went way lower than it was meant to go. Well, that's interesting. My right arm is twitching. That's an interesting thing to see. I don't know. This really is a hard thing to kind of just handle now. I guess we can do another 5 high. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing anymore. This is so large and just ridiculous in every way that I just don't know what to do with this. I think I'm going to probably make a sharp curve in, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how the frick I'm going to make this work. I'm probably going to end up cutting off the entire top of this. I'll just have to study other vessels soon, but... yeah, because I don't like that. I mean, that's not bad, but it's diamondish shaped. I don't know if I want diamondish shaped. I don't know. We'll go in now, like... I don't know. We'll go in, like... what is this? 7? We'll do it in 8, I guess. And then we'll just do, like, a brick. That kind of goes over the top, and we'll call that it. Because I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I lost track of the shape of this thing the moment I tried to do anything on the top, so... that is just subject massively to change, but something for now. And then we'll just... we'll just do... I don't know. 3 high, just really far across. No, drop down, lower. Lower. Upper. Closer. That way I can... oh, Lord. My nose is clogged. Don't like that. Okay. This thing is going to require quite a lot of work to make work well. If I could stop bouncing so far. Okay. Once I get back to the right height, I am just going to let this go. When I get back to the right height... I don't know why going down always, like, massive extends what I had intended, but going up just instantly whatever I wanted it to be, like, perfect instantly. I don't know why that occurred. Stop. Forward. Forward. No, backward. Downward. Okay. Alrighty. Yay. And boom. And then we're just going to add a top to this and call it a day because, yes. Oh, God. I want to copy paste this just to see how big this is. I really just want to see just how big this stupid thing is because most of this is going to be empty. It's not even going to be usable space because if I made all of this carry frickin' thrusters, the entire bottom would be thrusters. As it stands now, this is just to get a rough shape down. So if I just Control C, and then we go, when it's done Control C'ing, which should not include the base, but even if it does, that won't make too big of a difference on the number of blocks we're going to use. Yay! We're already up to 64,000. Oh, Lord. Yeah, this is going to be huge. I definitely think I'm going to cut this, and I think what I'm going to try to do is I think I'm going to make the bottom of the ship, and then maybe use pieces to kind of make the top look better. I do need to work in somewhat larger chunks just to save on future work. However, I do think that this roughly works for me. I am probably just going to chalk this off, so this will be fun. I don't like any of this. I will quickly just save as S2 V, so C2 V2, and then we're just going to chop this off. This will be extremely laggy and probably break my game. Why did that not work? I see. Too big. Dang it. Stop disappearing on me. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, good. I did chop off the entire bottom of the other side, so I can just Control Delete. Yes. And that should get rid of the entire top. Yay. I think what I'm instead going to do is I think I'm going to instead bring out this back end. How long is this? Easiest way is to just move my way all the way across. Holy shit. Forward. Holy shit. Stop. Okay. Forward. I want to go forward. Yes. There we go. Holy shit. Forward, please. Forward, please. Allow me to go forward so I can get access. Now, so good luck on fixing everything, including YouTube restrictions, CD file, Twitch plugin, all that jazz. Yeah, I mean, I'll be ending the stream in about, you know, as soon as I get this finished, like as soon as I get over here, we have 192. So at 192, alright, yeah. Alright, I think that'll be that stream. I'd like to thank you all for watching. At 192 divided by 5, 192 divided by 5 turns to, roughly speaking, I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to thank you all for coming out and watching. I've been Captain Pendraxis, signing off.